Now, this is the fourth and final episode of this week, and this is about, well, yeah, let's, we're speaking, seeing as I was speaking about Victorian stuff and Roman stuff and Empire stuff in general, and some Greeks actually. Hey, Greek, you know, Greeks, Ottomans, Baltics, Greeks who worked for English aristocrats and royalty. Back when royalty was cool, like I mentioned in my joker description, Henry VIII, that he was more like a mob boss with how he ran things. I mean, he was even part of the Catholic Church. He was born under the Catholic Church, like almost like an Italian, and he had the temper for it. So yeah, this is one about Alexander the Great, and I mean, this is one of those people that everybody knows and probably has heard a million times before in history lessons. But you probably know what I'm going to talk about. If any of you have seen Alexander, the film with Colin Farrell is Alexander, Angelina Jolie is his mum. I can't remember her name. And who was it now? May have been Val Kilmer as his dad Philip, who I think basically the whole thing of him having like a tense relationship with his dad or even killing him was sort of a load of bollocks basically. But the one thing in the scene that I'd like to kind of address, and it's something that allegedly happened in real life too, was after Alexander and his Macedonian army conquered / integrated themselves into the I think it was the Mora Empire or tribe or something or clan, which they were like Indians or / part of what is now Pakistan, modern day Pakistan, and they were all him and his friend Cleitus. That's how he pronounced it in the film anyway. Were getting just absolutely trousered, soused on wine, and there were a lot of comments I read on when I was watching it back on YouTube, because I used to have the DVD. It was in my dad's DVD and my mum's DVD because maybe she fancied Colin Farrell for whatever reason, and it got left behind. You know, blonde-haired Colin Farrell as opposed to his black Irish jet black hair that makes him look Italian, like when he's Ray Velcoro in True Detective season 2. It's funny. He's like an Italian name, and his dad is played by someone who's at least half, Indian, as Tom Hardy, John Fitzgerald would say in The Revenant, because I like saying that. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny to be able to throw a little joke in of another movie. Yeah. Right, getting back on track with the whole thing. Cleitus starts an argument with Alexander for having forgot his roots and having or forgotten to take pride in his roots, or some perceived thing of the whole integration of this other people means that they have to stay put in, well, India, Pakistan kind of region, modern day. So Cleitus whinges about that, argues about it. Not sure how true the thing is about him insulting his family and stuff like that. But the two get absolutely trousered on wine. Greek. There's a few. I think there's a few videos explaining that basically Greek wine isn't like, it's not a matter of just drinking red wine. It's the fact that the way they brewed it, it was ripe. It was like straight off the vine, strong. Somehow they got it really strong, probably because it was fresh, and it was probably like the equivalent of drinking neat gin sprinkled with a, like like a bit of a red grape in there, sour, gone off grapes, and maybe some ale, vodka type thing in there, just absolutely insanely drunk. So yeah, I think it didn't help that maybe Alexander was the type that was who was very passionate and proud of his lineage, what he was told his lineage was, and his family background and what he'd achieved. So then, probably what would have turned into a, simple smacking about of Cleitus just turned into a blood rage, because it's like, yeah, yeah. It made me think that, speaking of the Nick Gin comment, maybe I think Queen Victoria might have been into a gin. Maybe I'm just basing that off Bombay Sapphire. A brand I recommend, actually. I went through a phase of being into gins, but you need tonic with it, definitely. So basically, yeah, you imagine Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. Yeah, what's this thing where Albert was supposed to be a bit of a passive-aggressive, needling bully? And she was like, she kept skinny, like noticeably skinny for him. I mean, there's a connection where after he died, she kind of just let herself grow into kind of a more motherly, middle-aged looking look, and treated herself more. And you can just imagine. I have this scenario where she's drinking gin neat, and she would have just laid him out on the floor like like let's say Ava Gardner smashing Howard Hughes, the pilot, over the skull across the skull with an ashtray kind of drunkenness that probably brought on himself. So yeah, it wasn't so much that Alexander was probably a murderous drunk. It's just the fact that he got so insanely drunk, and some people just don't mix with booze, especially if they can't take the grog, to quote Ugluk, the super orc or whatever he's called in the Lord of the Rings. So yeah, he wouldn't have killed his friend. It's just that there happened to be guards. There was a spear handy, and the whole thing with him sobbing right after is probably accurate. So yeah, basically that concludes the 4th episode of this week. And of course, 4 fun facts every Friday, or 4 videos, whatever. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. These will obviously be in my playlist, and I'll see you in episode, what was it now? 16, 17, 15, 16. 16 was the slavery thing. This is 17. So 18, 19, 20, 21 /20, maybe. Because video uploading's a bit weird with how order goes, like 1, 2, 3, 4, with it being like first and then up to fourth, which is 3 more videos. Anyway, I'll stop whittering on and just finish the thing, and be sure to like, subscribe, comment, blah blah blah. Again, as a reminder, and I'll see you in the next 4 next Friday, of course, and just any videos I do in between and afterwards, and yeah, check it out. Check those out. Peace.